Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Battery.
It's 2 minutes.
That's okay. 2 minutes is not gonna make a lot of. I've got 2 discs you can roll over into the other ones.
And do you have a watch or something to tell me? Because
Yeah.
I'm turning my phone off.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. So, let's see. Hello, hello, hello.
Remember I told you that I had an interview, this is before we go on, I had an interview with Crash Karma.
Yeah.
It was set up by Eric Alper.
Yes.
And remember I'm reading off their bio, Eric was there for this. I'm reading off their bio, and it's the wrong Crash Karma. Yeah, there were 2 of them. Nobody told me. There's 2 of them. Now I'm reading off, and the guy from whatever it was, Our Lady Peace, goes, Nick, that's the wrong Crash Karma. I went, you're kidding me. Yeah. Oh,
that's funny.
good to know.
Did you
Oh,
ever,
cool.
So did you ever air it?
Oh, we aired it. We just obviously left out the part where I go, oh
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
okay. Yeah.
Shit happens.
Nobody told me. And they were in a big legal, obviously. Both bands were suing
That's
each
right,
other.
because of the name.
Yeah, and I obviously
why?
couldn't get into that.
I
But
guess
nobody
they did.
told me. Eric didn't tell me. So
I guess
whatever.
didn't.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He was very understanding about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So. Okay. This is Nick Beat of Cuit 89.5 FM's Howl with my sometime co-host Kimberly Mallett of Kimberly Mallett Productions, and we have on the line the Hawk, Ronnie Hawkins. Ronnie, how are you? You haven't changed one bit, Ronnie, from when I interviewed you at the Hard Rock Cafe. It's good to talk to you. That's right. That's okay. That's okay. And congratulations, Ronnie, on that. Ronnie, I also have a lady here who's going to be asking you some questions. So Kimberly Mallett Productions. Is Ronnie Hawkins?
Hi, Mr. Hawkins. I'm doing great, and it's a very honor to have this chance to talk with you, and congratulations on your order.
That's great company. Oh yeah, for sure, Ronnie. Ronnie, what is the Order of Canada? What is it given for? What's okay. Okay, this is Nick Beat. We're talking to Ronnie Hawkins on CIUT's 89.5 FM Howl spoken word music radio show with Kimberly Mallett of Kimberly Mallett Productions. Want to thank a dear friend, Linda Leatherdale, who's Vice President of Marketing Business Development of Cambria, for this interview. Thanks, Linda, so much for helping set this interview up. And also want to thank Ronnie's wife, Wanda, for getting the phone call, getting this set up, and thanks to Wanda. Can I ask you about Wanda, Ronnie? She's a long time, your wife for a long, long time. Has she ever disagreed with a career decision that you've made? Which one was that? Oh, like, which one was that? Oh yeah. That is amazing. You're right.
Yeah.
You are right. Ronnie, you've got a big gig coming up in Hamilton, August 9th. It's Ronnie Hawkins, of course, is what we're talking about. He's performing at the Hamilton Festival of Friends. And what does that mean? It's in Ancaster on August 9th. What does that mean, Festival of Friends, Ronnie? What does that entail? Oh, your son's a heavy metal rocker? Oh. Right on. Ronnie, can I ask you, it's a question that tons of rockers have been asked, which is, can rock and roll ever die? Are there any artists today that you would recommend, though, for people to listen to, that you think are... Okay. Ronnie, you grew up in... You This is Nick Beat. We're talking to Ronnie Hawkins on CIAT's Howl. Of course, this is a taping. We're going to be airing it, part one, of course, August 5th, Tuesday night, and I'm with Kimberly Mallet, Kimberly Mallet Productions. She'll be asking some questions in about a few minutes. I just got a couple more for Ronnie, and thanks to Ronnie Hawkins for doing this interview. Ronnie, can I ask you, growing up in the South, you've answered this question, but growing up in the South must have been really tough to do black music. How was Canada different for you, and is this one of the reasons why you stayed here so long? Wow. You got a point there. That's a good point, Ronnie. Wow, I would never have thought of Canada as the promised land, to be honest about it. Or maybe that's a typical Canadian attitude, but...
Maybe it's the promised land because now he is here. That's why. Yeah.
Ronnie, one of your compatriots, the killer there, said that he thought he was going to go to hell for doing rock and roll. Did that ever cross your mind over the years? Wow. Wow. Because that's pretty heavy what he said. He really thought he was going to go to hell for doing rock and roll music. That's it was Jerry Lee Lewis, I think, was saying that, yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. I got two more questions for you, Ronnie, and thanks again for doing this interview. This is Nick B talking to the legendary The Hawk, Ronnie Hawkins. Ronnie, you were known as a real taskmaster when you were, guiding bands like the Hawks and, of course, Crowbar later, and King Biscuit Boy and all these other people. Did the contrast between you being very strict with them and the rock and roll party lifestyle, did that ever seem incompatible to you, or did it mess up with your band leading ability, or I'm really... Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Yeah. Right on, the Ronnie Hawkins School of Rock. This is Nick Beat. I've got one more question, and then I'll turn it over to Kimberly Mallet. What other gigs do you have coming up? You got the August 9th one, Ronnie. What do you have any other gigs coming up this summer? Okay. Thanks, Ronnie. And now I'm going to turn the questions over to Kimberly Mallet.
Hi, Ronnie. It's once again Kimberly Mallet, and it's an honor to have a chance to talk with you. Okay, so I'm going to just go back to the beginning here. You came to Canada in '64, and you became a resident and settling in Peterborough, of all the places to choose from. What made you choose to live there when the music scene was really in Toronto?
Actually, it's Warsaw that had worked on this cat's car. I'm a car nut, and told me about this place. And I came out and looked at it. I said, "This is just perfect. It's away from everybody. You got plenty of everything. You can see deer, you can see the ducks, you can see turkeys, you can see everything. That's what I did."
So true. I'm actually a summer neighbor of yours, not too far from in Bob Cajuns, so I can totally relate to what you're saying there. So another question for you is, where was your first gig when you came? It was Hamilton. That's right.
That's why we're playing there, and I said, about half the songs, or more that I'll be doing on that 90-minute set, we played in Hamilton in 1958. And then we recorded a lot of them. We hadn't recorded some of them at that time, but we played them at the old Golden Lake.
Isn't that where you became an overnight success too?
Well, I'll tell you what, the first night, it was a little rough. We went in there on a Monday night and set up, and there was about 7 or 8 people in there at that time when we started the first set. And I didn't get through half the first number of every one of them. So it wasn't a smash the first night, but a friend of mine named Dallas Harms, that lives there, and is a songwriter and entertainer, retired now from Hamilton. And we met him in Arkansas at my club that I had down there with Conway Twitty, and he worked with Conway Twitty back then. And so he said, when we come through, we knew we were going to come to Canada. They accepted a little job that wanted to go over the rail. And so he said, give me a call. And and I'll come out and see you on the weekend, bring some people. But anyway, I called him on a Monday night after the crowd left. And so I said, SOS, Dallas, if you didn't get some people down here, they're going to run us tomorrow night because there's nobody here. And he brought about 60 people in there that night or more. And there hadn't been that many people in there since World War II. And so then it started. And from then on, it was a lineup.
That's a great story. Yeah, yeah. Your song, One More Time, what is it about?
One More Time. That's a story that a friend of mine wrote in Arkansas. He was a fanatic fan of the band, the band. And so he followed them everywhere and partied with them and did everything with them. And when Richard Manuel died, he was so depressed. He said, this is him telling me this story. He said, he just got real drunk and high and just kind of went to sleep. And when he came to the next day, he wrote that song.
Mm-hmm. So I imagine that you must have missed your old friends in Arkansas. Did you ever go back and did you get to see them at all?
Well, you tried to, but a lot of them are gone. You know, I'm telling you, some of the great ones.
Yes, of course.
There's only just a few rockabilly stuff, maybe half a dozen or less, and I keep in touch with them every now and then, and I'm trying to have one last time on my 80th birthday, if it can be done. I don't know if he can get the financing or not, to have a show and bring the last of the legendary original rockabilly.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I can do that just for the old time. You have to be 90 years old to remember. But there's still a few 90-year-olds up there.
Maybe we'll have to pass the hat at the festival this coming week. So what was it like for you to be asked to perform for President Clinton's inauguration ceremony and televised throughout the entire United States?
I tell you what, the president has helped me more. I mean, I'm the biggest fan in the world of his anyway, because that's one of the smartest men I've ever seen. And I've been around a lot of people, and I know the only thing that kept me out of college was high school, but I can tell when somebody else is smart. You know, and so he's gifted, that guy. Mm-hmm. I've been with him a few times, and he's helped me so much by inviting me in where he's making speeches and stuff like that, and called me up on the phone, and I'm telling you what, I got several letters coming out to look at 150 years from now. Those letters will be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, really, that's great.
I can't wait to cash them.
Yeah.
I understand that. So during the live performance with the band, you were heard saying, "We're in the big time now," to the band.
Oh, in the last waltz.
Did you feel accomplished in your music that you set out to do way back then when you were known as more of a rockabilly artist back in Arkansas?
Well, I tell you what, it's just I played so many years and so much with the band, and for them to go on, they had an unbelievable success, career. I mean, they could have been making more money than the Eagles right now if they had slowed down a little bit and not had so much fun. They had a lot of fun at that time. And so when I stepped up there and saw that crowd and being filmed by Martin Scorsese, that's when I said, big time, Bill. That's a friend of mine, and it's a tobacco farmer. It's Bill, and he's just an old. It's a long story about what a good friend he is, and then also the Bill that ran the show. I can't think of my name. My mind's slipping right now. I can't remember anything hardly. But tobacco farmer Bill, I said.
Okay, this is Nick Beat, and that is part one of an interview we did, Kimberly Mallet and myself, with the legendary Ronnie Hawkins, the Hawk, who is a rockabilly star. I mean, still a rockabilly star, but he's got a big gig in Hamilton, Lancaster area, August night, Festival of Friends. Please come. Ronnie is going to be, of course, one of the headliners. I want to thank again my dear friend Linda Leatherdale for that interview.